Right, so welcome back to the channel. We've got Karl with us. Hi, Karl.
Hello.
So Karl's very kindly come and met me in his own personal time to let me have a drive of his 981 GT4. So if anyone watches the channel, you know I've just bought one, a 718, but I've never driven the original. So today's my day. Thank you to Karl. So the 981 was originally released in 2015, was it, Karl?
2016, I think it came out.
Was it 2015, 2016?
Yeah, 65 plate, I think we started.
Only available in a manual?
Yep.
Yeah, which it obviously is. Mine's in PDK, but again, we'll talk about that another day.
Very jealous.
A lot of people prefer the manual, to be fair, so I'm quite keen to see what it's like, because I've had a few cars with fantastic manuals over the years. I had an old Cayman 987 that was great, and I've had Honda S2000s and stuff, so quite keen to see how
it is a good
it
manual
feels to drive.
gearbox.
Yeah.
But
And I'm keen to try the Auto Blip, which they call Sport on these, because apparently they hadn't got the button made in production. It wasn't ready in time, apparently.
Really?
So, yeah, apparently. So, I'll try the Auto Blip. I can't heel and toe myself, so I'll try both and just see how I feel. But from what I've read online, it's a really good system, and you've said the same, haven't you?
it is nice.
Quite a good system. So, these are 3.8 litre.
Yep.
Carrera S engine.
Think so.
Yeah, and it's still got the same GT3 front end and brakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And the rear end's specific to the GT4, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all
the
adjustable
suspension stuff.
coilovers and adjustable.
Yeah, adjustable things. Does it have adjustable aero like the 718?
Yes, the spoiler is you can set
But
that
not-
at maximum attack.
So it must have the front end too, because I believe there's two little bits on the
Yes,
arc.
you can take them out. You have to, if you do the back one, you have to do the front as well. Apparently.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay,
Good.
so 380 horsepower,
385-ish. Yeah.
385, same torque as mine, 309 or something, is
Yeah,
it? I think
something
something
about
like
the
that.
same,
We'll get the stats up here if you're interested at all. There's the stats.
Sounds good.
That was for pause. Right. So let's start her up. Be interested to hear how it sounds, different too. Let's have a go and see. See, another thing I've just noticed, which you won't notice, I never put the handbrake on because it's PDK. So I've just gone, oh, where's the handbrake?
It comes off. It comes off on its own when you drive.
Oh, is it auto?
If you've got your seatbelt on.
Oh, like my Hyundai.
But when you stop, it won't come on automatically. You've got to put it on yourself.
So
I nearly rolled it into the garage.
So same as my Hyundai. So basically you've got a Hyundai.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Right. Have a little bimble. How long have you had it for now then?
Got it in December. Come from a Lotus Exige 350, same as your mates.
Yeah, well, Leo will get upset because he obviously won't tell you it's a 380, won't he?
Yeah, well, his is a 380. Mine was the cheaper version because I didn't quite listen as well in school, but it's one of them things. Tyres are too big.
Right.
So yeah, it kicks in about 4,000 RPM, and it sort of comes to life a little bit.
So, first thing I've noticed straight away is how similar it feels. The gearing, the gearbox, is lovely. What an absolute stunning throw. Dead sharp, dead mechanical. Yeah, fantastic.
I found you have to get the gearbox warm for like 10 miles before you sort of, it's a bit notchy sort of thing.
I have read that, but to be fair, it kind of goes to the territory. If you want a race gearbox, effectively, it's going to have that. So the S2000 did the same. Once it was warm, it went into gears a bit nicer, a bit slicker.
It's probably thick oil maybe because of a track car basically, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Auto Blip's quite good, as you say. You just...
Well, you can put it in second now and it'll still go in. So it sort of just goes in nice and smooth once it blips.
No, it's good feature. I mean, again, I can heel and toe, but a lot of people can't, and if you don't need to do it, it does it for you.
Yeah.
It's more simple again, so...
It's something less to worry about if you don't have to heel into it, I suppose.
Oh yeah, especially on like the track and stuff, you say, you just want to be able to get into your optimum gear. I keep going to heel and toe myself because I'm so used to it, I'm trying to stop myself. So, I mean, I'm going to say straight away, it sounds absolutely mega.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it does sound mega. But, as I said from some of the videos I'd seen, and I like to make my own opinions anyway, but it's interesting when you have the same opinion. The induction noise is much less than my car.
Really?
Yeah,
Right.
much less. I'm surprised by that. Either that or it's been overpowered by the exhaust. But it sounds less, but the exhaust is much louder and it's a glorious sound. Really nice.
Maybe when we do a comparison video, we can put them side by side, maybe on the screen.
But we could be even geekier and we could get like a decibel rating. We could measure the volume of the induction.
Get them cheap off Amazon.
Yeah. But yeah, let's warm up properly.
The thing I found with it, the gearing is too long. First and second, like I say, it does 81 in second gear. I've clocked on the GPS.
Yeah.
But at 30 miles an hour, it'll tell you to change up into 6th gear. So that's how close the rest of the gears are.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because one of the biggest things you see when you read up on these is everyone saying about the gearing. It's getting a bit warmer now, we'll get some smooth roads. But yeah, everyone always says about the gearing, you know, it's far too long, it's illegal speed straight away. But I know it sounds awful to say, but let's be honest, anyone who buys a car like this doesn't drive around to the speed limit. I'm not saying we all go around, you know, doing 100 miles per hour past primary schools, but when you get to the time and place and you have the availability, you're going to stretch its legs out, aren't you?
God, it feels fast when I'm in this seat. It's addictive, that.
Yeah, do you know what? I can't do any comparison stuff because we'll do it another day. But all I can say is the manual is absolutely fantastic. It's a really nice experience, and it's a gorgeous. I mean, I'm just changing gear for the sake of it.
Yeah.
You know, totally unnecessary gear changes, but fuck it.
You find yourself using a lot of fuel because you just want to listen to it.
Yeah, no. Do you know what?
God, it feels quick in this seat.
It's a special car. You can see why people drive them and just go, I'm having one. It's that simple. And you can also see why people who have owned them for a good few years go and drive other cars and go, no, I'm just going to keep mine.
Yeah.
Or get like a newer one or whichever, because what an amazing car. I mean, I've said to a few people now about mine, obviously very similar car. It's out the box perfect. And this is from someone who tinkers. I always do suspension or upgraded brakes or a few styling tweaks, and on this, why? It just doesn't need it.
I nearly got an exhaust done on it, but oh God, that feels fast when I'm not driving it.
Big bump here. Do you know what? Interestingly, one thing I have heard is people talking about the difference between the two cars and how soft they are. This ride's absolutely lovely, like mine. It's not too harsh. It's firm, but it's a really well judged, compliant firm, isn't it? Do you know?
Maybe
it feels quality.
Yeah, it's 8 years old this as well, though. Don't forget, and it's done what 15,000 miles. So
Yeah,
it's had time to sort of wear.
Still nice low miles though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it had 12,000 when I bought it.
Yeah, but you've not been afraid to use it, which is good. That's what these cars are about, aren't they? Get out, drive them, experience them.
Yeah, I use it in all weathers. I've got a van as well, which I use, but this is just, it's quite an addictive car to drive, I suppose.
Yeah.
They're not the best daily, obviously. I've not got cruise control in this one, which...
Yeah, but I mean, reality is, how often do people use cruise control daily now? If you're doing lots of motorway journeys in your daily drive, then yeah. But I don't touch a motorway on the way to my workplace, so I have cruise control. I'd never use it. I've never used it yet. Why would I? I'm literally on 40, 50, 60 miles per hour country roads. I'm not going to use cruise control on any of them.
It's just nice when you're in the roadworks on the motorway, flick it at 50 and you don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But that Apple CarPlay I had fitted, because obviously they don't come with it on the 981.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was
That
about
was
to
an
say.
absolute godsend, that was.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It's just added all sorts, added the maps, added obviously music and everything, so.
Because to be fair, as you say, when you talk about daily cars, as long as it's got reasonable practicality, as in you can get comfortable, you've got sat-nav, music, basic stuff like that, you're fine, aren't you? So I've got to do it again. Yeah, it's a lovely sound. Definitely, we'll have to do a comparison video, and you'll hopefully hear the difference in sound on mine, the induction noise. I have got an exhaust to go on mine too, as you know.
That's cheating though.
Yeah, I'm a cheat, I don't care.
That's going to sound good, that.
I think so, hopefully, yeah. I've gone for, well, I'm not going to tell you because we'll find it in the video, but I've gone for an exhaust, so hopefully it will make it sound a bit more GT3-esque.
Sounds good.
The sound I've gone for. So yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, one thing I laugh about, without going into any comparison details, is you scour the forums for people who are making a decision between a 718 and a 981, yeah? And people get a bit ferocious about it. This one's the best, that one's the best. In reality, if you can get yourself into a GT4, do it right now. Listen.
God, that sounds good.
I mean, we were just talking off camera before about the fact that the 718's like a specific engine made for the GT4 and the Spider. It did actually come into the GTS 4 litre, slightly different, detuned. And I've read some things online, people go, oh, it's only a Carrera S engine. What a magnificent engine.
It must be tuned a little bit different because it revs out a lot more, doesn't it?
It's nice light car too, don't forget. So that obviously is going to go in its favour.
I think the weight helps as well because they're only 1,410 kilos, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe it's got a little bit more torque or whatever, but it kicks in, what, 4,000 RPM?
Yeah, about 4.5, yeah. I mean, other things, the steering, the things you can't always quantify. The steering, it's telepathic. But it's not too sensitive. It's not like you turn in and it wants to jump and put you off. So the Alfa Giulia QV I had, that was a pro, but it can be a bit of a criticism at times. You come into a bend and you turn the wheel and it would turn more than you expected it to turn. Right. And that paired with a steering rack which didn't have a huge amount of feel, it was direct, but this just feels so much more sharp and so much more confidence inspiring. Yeah. You don't ever get to a corner and think, oh, I've overcooked that, I'm not going to make it. You just turn the wheel and it does it.
I think being a mid-engine car sort of helps with that as well.
Yeah. It's
sort of quite pointy.
I'm just going to turn the auto clip off. So when I've go of the heel and toe myself. Have you had a go over heel and toe?
I've not found the need to do it, to be honest, because that blipper is that good. It's something else to think about. Plus it's on Cup 2s this, so it's quite, I don't know, when they're cold they're quite understeery as well, so you want to have...
How have you found the Cup 2s then?
They've been on it since new, so the date stamp on them is 2015. So they're starting to crack around the sidewalls, but there's still tread on them, so I don't know if they've got a bit hard over the years, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you generally tend to with heat cycles too, so if they haven't been on track, you're probably going to get a bit more life out of them.
Yeah, well, apparently it's not been tracked, this car, I've been told, but it's had four owners, so...
They tend to. It's a sound city take. It's a bucket list car, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I want to own that for a year, car.
And for most people, it is still a very expensive car, not just to buy. The more expensive insurance than your average car, the more expensive tax. What's the tax on this, road tax?
It's just gone up.
Gone?
£710 a year.
See, mine's 600 quid.
Really? Yeah, it got all that anyway. I can't get over. I know it's a totally different engine,
but I can't get over how different the noise is, because the exhaust is so much more prominent, and the induction's still there, but it's a lot less than my car.
I'm pretty sure that's just through regulations with PPF filters and all that, maybe.
Well, OPF filters on the exhaust, so that's why mine's so much quieter on the exhaust. But the induction noise, I know it's a different engine, but it's weird because I'm in what primarily feels like the same car with a totally different engine and engine sound. Like, I can notice also performance-wise, it's not slow. It's got loads of poke, it's got loads of mid-range, but it doesn't have quite the same force or forward shunt as mine does.
Really?
Yeah, you feel more mid-range, like I can put my foot down there and get more pull.
Yeah.
And when it reaches, what, 7-8 grand, mine's still pulling to the peak power, where yours is kind of, it's flattened off, it's had its best. It's still making power, but you can feel the power starting to drop a little bit.
Could be something to do with
flat off either way.
Yeah, it might be gearbox related, that though, because it'll sort of have torque limits maybe, I don't know.
I don't think so. Well, do you know what? Easy way to do it is just to look at the engine performance on a dyno meter, and there's plenty of them already done. We don't need to put yours on, so we can see what they do. It's a standard engine, isn't it? You haven't modified it at all, have you?
No.
I mean, why would you? It doesn't need modifying, does it?
I think what I'll do like about it, I thought it'd do me head in at first, because I've been used to V8 twin turbos in the Mercedes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Having to rev it all the time to get it going, I thought it'd do me head in that. But it's quite enjoyable.
Yeah, see, I'm used to it because I've had lots of Hondas as say VTEC stuff like Civics and S2000s and Integras and stuff like that. And for what I find, when you're driving normal day to day, you don't need huge amounts of torque. It's just nice. This has got plenty. It's still a 4 litre or 3.8 litre normally aspirated engine. It's not 6-cylinder. It's not small, is it? So,
fucking hell.
Roads are awful.
I find it safer though, rather than being loads of boost bottom end.
Well, it's more confident this time, because you can come out of the bend and get on the power more early, more confidently.
Well, you can plant your foot coming out of a corner and it's just nice and linear.
As you say, especially on a warm day with Cup 2s as well, you've just got that confidence. The steering's just so direct. Do you know what I can notice? Pedal. So the pedal goes a little bit long.
It's on steel brakes.
Yeah. So it's not bad. The brakes are still well over braked for this car, because let's be honest, it's the brakes off a GT3, which is a bigger, heavier, faster car. But it's more likely just pads. The pads are on it. Once you get to the limit on temperature, they start to struggle with the ceramics. At that point, then when they brake harder, it just literally pulls your face off.
Really?
Yeah. So it's quite a big difference. I mean, again, for most people, when you're driving normally on the road, you're not going to go near the limits of them anyway. So let's be honest, it doesn't really make a huge difference. But if you can get one with ceramics, or try it, you have to have a try of mine. It's worth doing because it's quite interesting to see. Right, let's not damage your splitter. Although the good thing is about these is it's just a lip.
Yeah, they're quite cheap to replace apparently.
So is mine, to be fair. You can take the whole splitter off and it's £300 for a brand new one.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll rip it off then.
It's not bad. Right, so thank you very much, Karl.
Always welcome.
Thanks for letting us have a drive. We'll do another video soon with Karl and we'll do a comparison between the two cars. So I think it's a good comparison to do because we've got the new shape and the original shape, and we've also got manual versus PDK.
I'd do the comparison before you put your exhaust on though.
Yeah, well, we will do. The exhaust not going on now until mid-late May.
Oh yeah.
We've got plenty of time. We'll do another one.
Sounds good.
Right.
Food on you?
Food on me.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've never been in a GT4 981.
Have you not?
When I bought mine, mate, I couldn't afford one. I was poor. So I bought a Cayman X.
Yeah, totally standard. Car's fully standard except for a sticker on the spoiler.
Remember when I did mine, I did the BMC filters on that and it made it even louder.
Really?
Yeah, just opened it up nicely. Mate, the handles so well.
The gearing is so long. That's still
so
second gear.
comfortable as well. Mate, I love a good manual car though.
Yeah, I think the blipper does make it, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit more special. It loves these roads round here though, doesn't it?
I don't really know where I'm going.
To the back of that taxi if you're not careful. Yeah, this is our hunting ground around here, mate. It's where we test everything. What the brakes like? Pretty good?
Yeah, so. They've got a bit spongy since he's drove it.
Yeah, it's big.
Oh man, these potholes.
It's bad just on that one corner there, isn't it? Come round here, you can go over the hill, and then you can do a bounce on the hill and come back there. We'll throw the drone up and that and get some bits. I followed you to about here, and then it was like out of range, and I was like, alright, whatever. It does sound well though, doesn't it?
Does it sound different? A lot different than it is?
I don't know. I'm comparing it to what my old Cayman used to sound like.
Yours was quite induction in when that came.
Very much so, mate. Those filters made such a difference on it, like.
Can you get them on this? Or?
Yeah, same filters, mate.
Really?
Yeah. It's like 200 quid, but it does sound miles better on them.
Big job, or?
No, 2 bolts at the back, mate. So whether you pull the rear panels off at the back, the carpet comes off. It takes half hour to do, you know what I mean? It's easy enough.
Yeah. Might get some for this, huh?
Yeah, well. Take it off eBay when you get home.
Cost me a fortune.
20 quid every week to advertise it. I'm selling it, I'm not. I'm selling it, I'm not. I'm selling it, I'm not.
Did I have to drive in it today though? I found some good back roads. And
Mate, like now the weather's coming into its own.
Oh.
'Cause you've not had any of the proper nice weather yet, have you?
No, not yet. I got it in December, so.
Yeah. So now the nicer weather's here, have a season out of it before you change your mind.
I think I might get something out of it and then stick it back on eBay. But
Yeah.
what else are you going to get for the prices?
Mate, nothing.
What, 65 grand and you've got
Unless you're jumping
a
back into
GT
an
Porsche?
Porsche. Yeah. Well, or another Merc that you've already had.
Yeah. Well, I was on about something before. It's like, I feel safer in this car because it's naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
You're not coming out of corners.
You're not snapping the arse end.
Yeah, you
everywhere,
can plant your foot to the floor and it comes out nice and
And
linear.
it's so linear, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
it just revs forever, man.
What's the limit on this? 7, 8, 7, 9 maybe?
Yeah, and it bounces all day long.
Yeah.
And
And it loves to
take
rev,
it,
doesn't
mate. It'll just take it all day long. Like they're a bomb-proof car. Like touch your penis, yeah.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, I'll tuck in here,
I'll
mate.
just turn around.
Yeah.
Should have set the drone up.
Nice, well done.
Yeah, I think I'll remove the eBay ad.
No, leave it on. There's no harm leaving it there, is there? Because if someone offered the right money, mate, you just get someone else. It's mad how much comfier it is at the Exige. I don't mind on the Nitrons, but like it just soaks it up, doesn't it? This is good B-road plaster, and it's not dead. You know, it's not dead droney either.
Yeah, well that's it, the valve's open, but
Yeah.
I think just the gearing for me, because it does 18-second gear, it's like, it's a bit annoying.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
nice
it's
to
just a bit
sort
long,
of
like-
hook third and fourth.
You can change the final drive on them though.
I've heard you can, but it's,
Yeah,
it's probably
pretty
cheaper
nice.
to buy a 718 with $50.
It's not, but I get the mentality, mate. Yeah.
Like,
Mad maths,
if it's
fine,
£4
you
grand to do it, this was what, 66 grand to pay for this. You keep, the 718s are coming down to sort of
Yeah.
72, 73, and
Well,
it's like,
when I was looking at the Exige as well, I looked at the GT4s to buy, and I was like, oh wait, they were bang level at the time, mate. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there? And they just like crap. But I think they've settled now in terms of price.
Yeah.
And these aren't going to drop anymore. Like these are at that level now, especially like with the miles and stuff this is on. This shouldn't drop any more money.
I paid, it's 8 years old now,
Yeah.
and I paid £1 grand more than what it was brand new.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
They fall
it's a
into that
no-brainer.
category, don't they? Like the older they get, the more desirable they are, the more they're written off, the more they're hidden away, the less there are available to buy.
Exactly.
How many GT4s are available online to buy right now? I don't imagine many.
21, 981s.
Only 21 of them.
Yeah.
So you've got a choice of 21 cars to buy. Like,
This,
it's
is
not
low,
for
this
right?
was the lowest mileage when I bought it.
Yeah, exactly. You've done that many miles.
If you can afford to buy one, buy it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to lose money on shit on fuel and it's expensive to tax, but you're still driving around in a
It's a
GT
second car.
Porsche.
Who cares, mate? Yeah, who cares?
With a blipper on it.
With a blipper on it.
Oh, it's addictive, isn't it?
It sounds so well.
Maybe we should turn the traction back on, actually.
Nah. It's warm, mate. It's dry. Cup 2s are warm now.
Yeah, the Cup 2s are also 9 years old.
I've just bought a full set for mine, mate. They were like 800 quid for the full set. Because mine were, again, the original tyres on it. And the fronts have still got like 5mm. Because obviously they're so light on tyres, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas the rears are being changed. But I looked and I was like, the rears are getting down to the wear mark. So I thought, I'm going to go to the ring and do some track days. I'm just going to put some tyres on it. And I'm surprised how cheap Cup 2s were, to be fair. I looked at those A505, whatever they are, the Yokies, and they were like 1,300 quid for a set.
For your Lotus?
Yeah, mate, honestly, Cup 2s were cheaper. I couldn't find them in my size to begin with, though. And it turns out they make a new one called the Connect, which essentially is the same tyre.
Oh, with the app Connect?
Yeah, you can put like the thing inside them if you
Yeah.
want. I won't, but it's the same tyre essentially, so.
It's if you're using it as sort of a daily vehicle, I'd advise PS4S if they come in that size.
Yeah, if you're going to drive it in cold, wet,
Yeah.
poo weather, yeah.
I think
Bet
because
he's
I only got this in December, I've been driving it a lot, so I drove it through winter. Now it's coming summer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think when it starts raining and going colder again, I'll park it up. Maybe just use it on weekends. But I'm using this as I've done 4,000 miles in 4 months.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You've driven it more than Lotus then?
Well, I've done more miles in it in 4 months than anyone has since in the 8 years of it. Well, how old is it? 8.5 year old.
Yeah. Yeah, fair play. It needs to be used though, isn't it?
It is. And they only need service every 2 years, so that's good. And it's had the big service just done as well. So if you want to buy it, I'll do your mates rates if you want.